Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for joining us here live on Twitch, twitch.tv/SpeedGaming3, part of the SpeedGaming family of networks here on Twitch. Make sure you follow all the channels so you don't miss any of the great action that we strive to bring you every single day, like this matchup coming to you from our Zelda 1 Randomizer 2025 Winter Tournament. This is Swiss Week 2, so these runners coming from the 1-0 side of the pool. We've got Spatter9999 on the left and TruantGamer on the right. I am Deus Ex Machina. You can call me Dim Gaming for short. I am joined in the commentating booth tonight by Messenger Death, but he has said we can call him Law. And Malkier is running the tracker for us tonight. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, I guess I'm the only one that can answer. I'm swell.
Well, chat can answer. We'll just have to read out their responses. So we've got a, looks like we're starting at the top of Candle Row. We've got an early Grave Armos check from TruantGamer. We'll get the feed synced up here shortly. Just takes a few seconds to try to figure out where each runner's at, but we'll get them synced up. That is how it gets synced, is we basically just pause one of the streams for just a split second. So we will see what the Armos item, or what's behind the Armos. Oh, it is the Armos item, and it is an any key for the Armos item tonight at Grave Armos. TruantGamer first to get there. Spatter makes the decision to go over towards the right, towards the eastern side of Hyrule. There's 3 Armos checks over there, so I do not blame him one bit for going that way. He is rewarded with finding the White Sword item, which is the White Sword tonight. That will be obtainable anywhere from 4 to 6 hearts.
Right now, we're just looking for some sort of offense because this is a Hyrule we cannot affect physically.
Yeah, so we're looking for the Wood Sword, or even if we found some take-inies and could maybe go back there and get that White Sword, that would be just as helpful. We've got a Potion Letter pickup for Truant. And our final Forest Armos check for Spatter. Finds the Magical Sword, so White Sword's under one of them, Magical Sword's under one of them. And it looks like we have a 20 small secret, so a maximum small secret. I think SpeedGaming 3 is the good luck charm on small secrets, because the race I called last night also had a 20 rupee small secret. And there is our first heart pickup for Spatter.
This is what I keep saying in these seeds. With 5 to 8 Triforces, we're not going to have to do every dungeon, probably. So we spend a lot of time in the overworld. We spend a lot of time checking all the places. We hit the caves. We get a lot of secrets. We get a lot of money. Just buy the blue ring, y'all.
Yeah. And, yeah, chat's calling out. If I was Spatterman, I'd be... I mean, it's a 33% chance, but like Jim Carrey said in Dumb and Dumber, so you're telling me there's a chance I would be back at that blue ring. Or not the blue ring, the right. You got me thinking about the blue ring, because I'm a blue ring whore myself. I will pick that up every single seed. But we do have both runners now in Dungeon 7. It is at one. Well, it's at the Vanilla Wood Sword Shop.
Still no offense.
We did find a heart container in the basement of 7. If Spatter finds that would be huge for him, because then he would have a 66% chance at that White Sword. Unfortunately, he's going to bail on level 7. Level 7 has actually been really good in this. Like, well, just in general, level 7 is good about giving open staircases. I always like to see a few rooms in level 7 before, even if I don't have a sword or anything, just to see if I can find an item.
And we've seen a couple of seeds so far where, oh gosh, was it one over the weekend where room 2 or 3 in 7 just had floor ladder, and it opened the seed just wide.
Wow. So that looks like a 37 medium secret. So it does not appear that money is going to be an issue tonight, unless we have like a minimum large secret. But with a max medium and we're only, or a max small and we're 3 off of a max medium. Where was that white sword location? Chad is asking. White sword was at Lost Hills Armos. It is the white sword item at the Lost Hills Armos. Spatter going to see his 4th Armos location, so now he knows where the Armos item is. Yeah, he's going to up A and probably just screen scroll over and grab it.
And it's still not going to open all that much for him.
Yeah, an early any key is great, but until you get offense, there's not much you can do with an any key. TruantGamer takes a death in 7, and that does turn him around, get him heading back to the overworld. Spatter, this is probably the one time the Spatter was hoping for a Coast Heart as an Armos item. Now he's going to go and do these grave area checks that Truant did. Truant, meanwhile, heading over towards the Dead Woods, going to do the checks along the way that Spatter just did. So, a little bit of the runners routing kind of catching up to each other.
There's our letter, because that way we get something in the B slot. It just feels better that way.
I am curious where this sword is, because between the 2 runners, one of them has seen the entire grave area and around Vanilla Start. Well, they've both seen around Vanilla Start. Spatter has gone over to the forest area. I'm thinking that sword's either up in Casino Corner somewhere, or potentially that East Death Mountain open cave.
Can we have it behind a bomb spot? Because we've seen bombs. No one's bought them yet.
No, you can't have it behind a bomb spot in this flag set because Overworld block is not turned on.
Okay.
Yeah, if the Overworld block flag was turned on, then yes, you could. And there's our blue ring for 250. The vanilla price.
Not picking it up yet, but only because we physically can't, I'm sure. Oh, good. So we have 7 and 8. End of list.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind seeing a couple rooms in 8 either, because good chance that you'll find some open staircases. Spatter is now going to see if he can pick up that white sword. Oh, man, one more room. Chat's pointing out, if he would have just went one more room in that 7, he would have had 5 hearts.
And
it's still not a guarantee, but man, that's... Oh, and the white sword was 1 screen north. Oh, no.
Truant, meanwhile, walked 3 rooms into 8, got ladder blocked behind a shutter door, and said, yeah, this is a tomorrow problem.
And now Truant with 5. So Truant now is going to... He might find this white sword. He's going to find the white sword before he finds the wood sword cave, that's for sure. And he might actually pick it up.
Especially if he bungles into the first heart that Spatter got.
Yeah, I don't remember where that... I didn't exactly see where he found that first take-in. It was somewhere over in the forest. Oh, there's our large secret, and it is not pretty. It is a 59, so...
I mean, I'll take it.
Not the greatest
I'll take 59 rupees over 340.
Well, you like to see a larger medium secret if you're going to have a small large secret, because... Oh, and that's going to guarantee the white sword for Truant. Meanwhile, we've got some any roads on Spatter's side. I'm trying to keep my own personal tracker that I run on the side up to date with where all these any roads are going. Didn't look like a very good spread. It looked like almost all of them were on the eastern side of Hyrule. We found an arrow shop over by the coast, and recorder is our coast item tonight.
An arrow for 96. Truant has enough and isn't pouncing on it just yet.
Yeah, until you buy a candle, you can't really spend that kind of money, because in this flag set with extra candles turned off, you're kind of at the mercy of spending some rupees. Meanwhile, we've got level 5, one room away from where we're starting tonight. Or I shouldn't say one room, one screen away.
That screen is just a sky room.
Yeah. And here's our map, so we get our first what is that shape. Looks
That's
like
just someone
guy
having a
standing...
sit.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like somebody like sit in profile or something.
And not the most offensive 5 either.
Sure, I'm gonna buy some bombs. I don't mind that one bit.
Also isn't the grossest enemy set.
Not yet. This could always get paired with whiz robes or something, but
Guess we haven't seen Overworld Wizrobes or Lionels, so they're lurking somewhere.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. The overworld has been pretty friendly tonight.
Weirdest thing
Here
I've
is
seen
going
so
to be
far
the-
is ropes.
This is going to be the white sword pickup for TruantGamer. You'll be glad to see that. And then he'll go one room.
Or-
I keep saying room, one screen north, and find the wood sword and probably chuckle to himself.
Do we stab the old man? No. Okay.
In a tournament race, yeah. If this is a TTP or just a pickup race, yeah, you go up and you stab that old man for sure. Yeah, he's trying to help. That old man, he's trying to help.
I see you left 2 dungeons already. Here's some offensive talk.
Yeah. I will say this any key is going to pay off big time already, though, because look at all these key doors in level 5.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, TruantGamer, I'm not sure what exactly happened. His screen kind of froze, and then whenever it came up, he was up Aing back to start, it looked like. So I'm not sure if he just saw everything he wanted to see up that way, or what turned him around. Maybe he's ready to go looking for some dungeons now.
Oh, that's true. Actually, any key so early, mugger rooms are basically free. So, any hearts we get to keep.
Spatter on beep strats needs to be careful. Gels are sneaky dangerous whenever you're low on health, because I always have a hard time predicting their movement. They always seem to get me.
And looking forward for something being behind that dig dogger.
Chat's asking, if you take the wooden sword but you have a better sword before it, does it do nothing? No, yeah. It always defaults to the best item that you have. TruantGamer just bought a blue candle. And just like that, if you had the red candle and you bought the blue candle, the red candle would still trump the blue candle. Same thing if you have a red ring and buy a blue ring, etc., etc. The game always defaults to the...
I understand this terror. And it's for 2.
You get the money early. When you have this much money early, it isn't a bad idea to just spend it. Because you're going to start finding door repairs, and you're going to give it back to door repairs before you have a chance to spend it. So even though it's only a +2, I don't mind that at all.
And we know he can afford Candle as soon as he gets around to that part of the world, or falls backward into a red candle and doesn't care anymore.
TruantGamer racking up these hearts already. Up to 7 hearts, 14 minutes in. At this rate, he might actually be able to make a magic play, but most of these runners, once they have White Sword, will not go out of their way to get a magical sword.
It's definitely enough to dive a dungeon if you see one.
Oh, Spatter just got... I had to use a bomb to kill gels because they got glitched into the wall. That's
To
tough.
learn about the Triforce, he passed on the way here.
Yeah. We got our first hint shop at 1Q5 at the top of the Lost Hills, but you need the book to understand hints in this flag set, so... meanwhile, was that an arrow purchase for TruantGamer?
It was. He has the candle
Okay.
already, so what else is he doing with his money?
Yeah. So wood arrows for TruantGamer. I like that he saw that he was about to lose money to a door repair, so he up-aid back to start. Spatter's still looking for this item in level 5. TruantGamer now also in level 5. He'll have the white sword, so maybe he makes a little better time in here. This looks like a very good potential for our push block room.
Not
to at least see the basement item.
Okay.
And this should be it. This should be the basement item. Now, whether it's a heart? No, it's a power bracelet. This is the item. And I should mention that we haven't really discussed the flag sets that much, but this flag set has something called Intra-Dungeon Shuffle, which is kind of in between Heart Shuffle and No Heart Shuffle. So essentially every dungeon... Ooh, TruantGamer takes a death. Every dungeon is going to have at least one heart container. It's just shuffled whether or not it's in the basement or on the floor. So you might go in the basement, find a heart container, then you gotta go search the floor for your dungeon item.
Here's one of the rooms where Truant's hoping to save time.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where that white sword's gonna pay off big time for him. And this is kind of just bad luck on Spatter's side that he hasn't found another heart to go back and get. Well, we don't even know if the white sword would be able to be picked up with 5. It could be 6 hearts. TruantGamer had 6, so he was guaranteed it. But he also found a couple more take any's along the way, it seemed like. Or at least one extra take any.
Yes.
Alright, so we've got Triforce pickup out of 5 for TruantGamer. Let's see if he goes back in to find that power bracelet. Power bracelet in this flag set unlocks 6 overworld spots. So, not a bad thing to find.
Now, if you don't know what's in here, it could unlock anything from Ganon to just a flood of tears. So, if you have the ability to push it, you kind of have to.
Yeah, for sure, especially with this white sword. And there's our blue candle purchase for Spatter.
Now, one thing I'm excited to see here, Truant does not have enough to buy that bomb upgrade.
No, he does not.
So he's gonna keep that in the back of his mind. And how much is 2 bombs going to come into play?
Spatter, meanwhile, was down to 0 bombs and then just got a global bomb drop off of a blue Octorot.
And if you've ever been down to 0, then getting the upgrade was the right call.
Yeah. And
Truant, buddy, just go around.
there you go. That's just showing off. I've been playing this game for about 3 years. I still can't do that. The double block clip to get through the push block. But yeah, so anyway, that is our power bracelet pickup for Truant. He is heading over towards Death Mountain to... Well, no, he's not. I thought maybe he was going to start bombing Death Mountain. But...
With 3? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it if you're good at setting up your forces along the way. You know, kill a few enemies on each screen along the way, and then...
Yeah, force drops are witchcraft.
I just can't count to 10. I get to like 6 or 7, and then I stop counting.
Who's tracking this? Malkier is tracking. Oh, it's right there in chat. Hooray!
Yeah. So now both runners are down along Candle Row. And we find level 9, and this is a huge find. Well, it will be for both runners, because now we see how many Triforces we need, and it's a 5 Triforce seed.
Okay, great. We're all getting to bed on time.
Potentially. I've had some 5 Triforce seeds go for 2+ hours, but usually that's because I gamble on silver arrows and 9, and they're not at 9, and then I last locate them.
Are getting it almost at the same time, so we don't have that knowledge advantage we're used to seeing.
There's our second large secret over in the at the Fairy Fountain push block. Yeah, we still have yet to see bow or silvers.
Right. Makes me wonder how long the runners are going to fade 7, because they know it's there, but no one wants to do 7. It's 7. Now when you have 6 right here, no one wants to do 6.
Yeah. 6 is almost worse than 7 sometimes, because 7, 8, and 9 are all on the same like block grid. So there are a lot of seeds where level 7 is smaller than level 6.
At least we've also seen our 5. It's not massive.
Yeah, which leads me to believe that level 6 is going to be huge. I forget what seed it was. I was running a seed the other day, and I had like a 19-room level 7. It was great.
Jeez. It's not even rooms. That's just a townhouse.
Yeah, it was tiny. I mean, it was like the smallest level 7 I've ever seen. I actually had to like pause the game and count the rooms because I was so shocked at the map. I was like, I can't let this pass me by. Here's our map of 8. I'm not sure if TruantGamer saw a map of 8, but it's not far from start, and that is a pretty chunky 8, which leads me to believe that might actually be a small level 7.
Yeah, Truant made it into that room, said, "Nah, we out," and left. Did not get the map.
TruantGamer was, I think, trying to set up the force, and he missed with the bomb. The Octorot juked him, and he deked the left while Truant planted the bomb right, and now he cannot see the coast.
Have we really not No, we have been up the coast. Okay, we do know what's there, and we're just
Yeah.
not quite excited about it yet.
Yeah, coast items, the recorder. We've seen all the overworld items at this point. Our most item was the any key, Coast's recorder, and white sword was white sword. So now it's just a matter of finding the bow and silvers. And anytime, it seems like silvers has been the overworld item a lot recently, at least in races that I've either participated in or called. Whenever they are hidden in a dungeon somewhere, it's always a crapshoot. It can either be a jet seed or, like I said, you can be last locating them 2 hours in. So we've got another heart pickup for Spatter. Hopefully that gets him moving towards that white sword. Hopefully he can pick it up at 5 hearts.
Truant had 6 before he went up there. We don't know. We just know it's not 4.
Yeah. Finds another blue ring key shop. Oh, you don't need to buy keys. They both have the any key.
No wonder
Spatter's
NEQ was so early with 88 rupee keys. The market just doesn't support it.
And Spatter is heading straight back for that white sword. Oh, not. He's heading down here. Which I think this is a take any, if I'm not mistaken. No, maybe he already checked that. There's another take any somewhere around here, but he's going to find another large secret right here under this push block. Now I expect him to maybe start heading up there. He might burn these bushes.
While you're here. The
He's heading...
story of this flagstaff definitely seems to be doing the tour of Hyrule 4 or 5 times as you get your various entrance items and just shade efficiency.
See, that is my problems with the mixed overworlds, is that I end up backtracking so much, which is why my times are always so bad on mixed quest overworld seeds, is because I just you've got, I think it's like 11 recorder spots, 6 push blocks, of course the raft spots, you've even got 2 ladder spots, and it's like you go around and you check all your open caves, and then you find the recorder, and then you gotta go do all your recorder checks, and then you find the power bracelet, and then you gotta go do another lap around and do the power bracelet checks. But yeah, it definitely be that way sometimes.
Hilariously, is making the recorder nothing but value. Anything that gets you around the world faster.
And both of our runners just found another medium secret, and they're both in the exact opposite side of the map. One's in the northwest and one's in the southeast. Oh, Spatter is down to half a heart. He's got to be careful. Level 1 found for Truant up in Death Mountain.
Okay, if the seed allows it to be cleared, I cannot imagine not taking it up on that.
Yeah, you got to 100% clear this. Especially with an any key. Level 1, that's usually the stopping factor in level 1, is that it gets key blocked, but with an any key, you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, it sounds like we've switched over to Truant's audio. Oh my goodness, the ladder is in the basement of level 1. Now, I don't know how huge that is at this point, but you always would rather have a ladder than not have a ladder. Let's put it that way. Meanwhile, Spatter now up to 6 hearts and is only a couple screens away from that white sword.
Ladder it opens up too many hits. There's our buddy Wizrobe.
Oh, Wizrobe 1. And even with a white sword on green tunic, those Wizrobes are quite dangerous.
Everything's dangerous when you're on 1.5 hearts.
Yeah. Well, that heart container pickup actually got him up to 2.5 hearts, so he can take 2 hits. Meanwhile, Spatter is going to get his white sword. Oh. Now, if I'm Truant, I think I just take the Triforce and go, because you can always get the recorder off the coast and recorder back to this level 1 if you need to.
I would at least check this room in here, the one he couldn't cross before.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about this room.
If something drops in the middle there, then that ladder, very required. Nope.
Ah, that's the compass. Tells you where to find the Triforce on the floor.
No, that's true. I should have said something relevant drops in here.
Oh, and he is going to try to clear this level 1.
The next room did have something besides the Whiz Road, so I wonder if he's going to try to kill the Vire, book it, come back in, and see if the enemy order is working in his favor.
Yeah, it could
Or he could just go left, whatever.
Yeah, could try to cycle out some enemies. This room actually drops in level 1. I think this might be the only level that this room actually does drop in. Oh, it dropped a key.
Is he running for the key just out of instinct?
Spatter trying to get another global bomb drop. It's always disheartening whenever you have the bomb upgrade but sitting on 0 bombs. It's like, I can carry so many, but I have so few.
But imagine the trouble you'd have gotten in if you'd hit 2 bombs earlier. In a way, it's rewarding you. Clearly you needed those 2. You're welcome.
Another key on the floor for Truant. Oh, and
I'm gonna just drop an entire piano here in one.
Have we tried bombing Vires yet? I'm just curious if they go down to a bomb, because they are an excellent source of bomb droppers, but
well, they're going down to candles, so they can't have that much.
Well, they'll go down to 1 hit no matter what, but they can. But then they split into the red bats. If you can kill them completely with a bomb, then they'll actually drop something.
I think the candle killed the red bats too. So we have enemy health can be +2, -2 in this flag set, correct?
Yes. Yeah, plus or minus 2. Triforce pickup out of 1. And I do not blame him. Like I said, I would have made that play a little while ago, because then I would have went over and got the coast item once I got out of Death Mountain. Obviously, you finish seeing Death Mountain.
I was wondering if he was picking it up just to get the heart refill, to go in and rub face against Wizroad some more.
That wouldn't have been a bad play either, honestly, if you were dead set on trying to clear it.
Aw, 3 rupees from the magical sword. Which I think I had seen 1 runner pick up in 2025. I'll keep walking. Come on, high five. No.
Truant's about to finish West Death, and Spatter's in East Death.
We can still meet up. They're so close.
They will probably cross paths here very soon. I'm surprised at how many dungeons we still have left to find. Well, I guess we just have 3 and 4 left to find, right? Or did we see Dungeon 2? We didn't see Dungeon 2 yet.
I don't recall, too.
No, yeah, I'm actually having a little bit of seed bleed because I was watching a race while we were prepping for this one. And the last dungeon that they had found in that one while I was watching it was Dungeon 2, and I was like... So I thought it was this race for some reason. But yeah, so we're looking for Dungeons 2, 3, and 4. And here's Dungeon 4.
Oh my gosh, that palette. Apologize. An entire dungeon made of butter.
Hey, there's our friends, the Lionels.
They're Facebook friends. It's not real friends.
And there's our map of 4.
Okay. Contiguous. We take those.
Looks like a cactus.
That right there. That was my favorite room in the seed. A dead end with traps.
Ooh, get out of the way. Spatter, meanwhile, purchasing bombs. He's just not having any luck getting bomb drops off these enemies. This is the second or third bomb purchase this seed.
It's only 20.
Yeah, it's not a bad price for bomb. Oh, and then he went in the door. He had bombs on the ground. Ah. He just got going too fast and walked right past the bombs on the ground. He's about to find level 1 himself, though. There's our Triforce. This is actually a pretty friendly enemy set.
I do not like the camouflage moblin there.
Yeah. Oh, a heart pickup. So, that means the
item.
basement will be our item. Now you can just run room to room looking for a push block. You don't have to clear anything. It's not a push block room.
Oh.
Oh, that is actually, I think, kind of rare for a wall to not bomb in level 4. They were just discussing that in another, in one of the rooms that, or in one of the channels in the Discord about bomb walls in 4.
Yeah, everybody knows 4s are typically made by shoddy contractors.
There's always one north-south bomb wall in 4 that doesn't bomb. Thank you, chat. Yeah, so that is our one wall that doesn't bomb.
Killed all those Lionels, and all we got was a lousy 18 hearts. There were a lot of fairy drops. And that's what I'm worried about, if we have to go back to that Goma.
Yeah. Spatter about to get his ladder out of 1. Spatter, meanwhile, I don't know how he is missing so many heart containers. You know, TruantGamer's up to 9 hearts, and Spatter's sitting on 6. And I don't really know where Truant got all these extra 3 hearts, but you could definitely take all the health you could ask for going up against the Wizrobes in this dungeon.
He is right now at least 2 dungeons deeper.
Yeah, he'll find a heart here. That gets him up to 7.
There, and if he moseys on over to 4, gets that one, that gets him up to 8, and then he's only 1 back.
Yeah, which is the one in level 7 that he was like 1 room away from. Truant's still looking for this item, it seems like. Maybe now he's just going to take the Triforce and chalk it up to Goma blocked.
Just excellent Gold
Oh.
defense there on Spatter's side.
This lag is what always seems to get me on Truant's side whenever it starts lagging like that. But yeah, we do have our Triforce pickup in level 4.
That would be a fun randomizer flag. Lag elimination. Using the hottest technology of 2025. We're slightly better than 1985, so I hope you're fast at it.
I think TruantGamer is getting ready to set up for a world wrap to go pick up his recorder. Seems like where he's headed.
Not a
I
bad
don't know
move.
why else he'd come down here. Yep. And yeah, here we go. We're going to see the world wrap, get the recorder. And now we can start checking some recorder spots.
Teleport
If there's anything.
your way around the world and glitch yourself across the ocean using only a stepladder. It's just that easy.
Oh, he recorded himself back to level 5. Unfortunately, the screen just froze. I'm not sure. It should come back shortly. There we go. Oh, he's doing his ladder checks up along the river.
No, that's not bad. Or it wasn't bad until you ran out of bombs.
Yeah. Spatter's still looking for the second item in 1. Yeah, he's going to see this Goma here. I'm thinking that Goma is probably our second item. Which, if it is, that's not a bad thing because that means it's not the bow. Could be the silvers, but at least you know it's not the bow. Yeah, double Goma blocks for items. That would be a funny joke that the game is playing on us.
And the seed heard me talk about going to bed on time and went, "You thought."
No, that's all right. The seed I called a couple nights ago, I called it a jet seed 20 minutes in, and an hour and 10 minutes later, we were still playing. So
It's a jet seed diverted to another runway.
yeah.
Oh, blue boomerang. That's not necessarily what you want to dig for. Yeah.
Oh, so Chad is saying that he picked up the blue boomerang? That was the second item in 1? Is that what we're calling?
You can understand if there's no fanfare for it.
Yeah. Oh, nice bomb pick up by Spatter. Truant now heading back to level 7.
Oh, jeez, I had forgotten it looked like this.
I don't blame him for doing this because he's seen quite a bit of this 7.
All right. Being attacked by graphical artifacts now. I was gonna say, at least try downstairs. Or don't, whatever.
Now, Truant's going to buy that bomb upgrade. find out the bad news that it's only a +2, but
If the
Can't
money's
blame
burning
him
a hole
for
in your pocket, I'd rather have +2 than not.
see, for me, just because I like to run face first into everything that's in my way, I would have saved the money to buy a blue ring.
That's
But
fair.
I can't blame these runners for buying the bomb upgrade because they are probably smart enough to know how to avoid enemies and not just run straight at them like I do.
We at SpeedGaming apologize for the colors you're seeing on your screen right now. This is a side-by-side, isn't it?
I actually don't mind this like mustard yellow color on splatters, but yeah, the violet or whatever you want to call this is not a great color.
I saw this yellow and thought, oh, this is the worst thing I'm going to be staring at for 10 minutes tonight. Then we went into 7 and I went, my bad. Just magenta nightmare. Oh, we got 10 bombs. Let's use them.
Yeah, you might as well use them for some combat. Speed everything up. Oh, and here's our map of 7. All right, it's not the largest 7, but it's not as small as I would have thought it would. I expected it to be smaller than this.
That reminds me of the big bipedal robot from RoboCop. I guess RoboCop is a bipedal robot, so that wasn't terribly clear.
I can see that being like a mecha.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Big
say a palm
stumpy
tree, but I think almost anything could be a palm tree or a cactus or a wand on the floor in 7. So another offensive upgrade.
Yes, a ranged weapon literally at all.
And if you can hit the white sword or swing your sword and your wand on the same frame, so if you tap A and B on the same frame, it combines their damage. So you can essentially get poor man's magical sword out of this. Now, that also only affects enemies that can actually be damaged by the wand. So Wizrobes, they're immune to the wand. Doesn't exactly work. So TruantGamer he's got both items out of here now. Well, by both items I mean he has the item and the heart container. Oh, and there's the Triforce. Okay, I was gonna say I wonder how long he's gonna look for the Triforce, knowing that you only need 5 to get into level 9.
Yep. We have seen 9, and it is only 5 Triforces, so TruantGamer is 1 potato chip away from being disappointed that he doesn't have silvers.
Yeah, a lot of runners will actually kind of skip the larger dungeons if they know that you don't need, all the Triforces.
I mean, that's a lot of routing in general. It's not unique to the Zelda community. In Link to the Past, no one goes to Turtle Rock because they want to. They go because they have to.
See, I've never really played Link to the Past. I started playing the vanilla Link to the Past just as like a blind playthrough, like trying like no help at all. And I was actually pretty satisfied with how far along that I got before I had to start consulting walkthroughs. And then this tournament started up, and I was just like, all right, like now I need to focus on Z1R again because the winter tournament is upon us.
I don't know what to call that level 8 map. A Wizrobe from Wish?
A shrub.
Yeah.
Everything's either a palm tree, a cactus, or a shrub.
I have lived in literally nowhere, Florida. I passed palm trees every day on the way to work. I'm good. I don't need to ever see another palm tree. Someone in chat said Wishrobe. That person gets me. So I guess we're digging for Triforce here. And yeah, I could see if you're in here, if you can just find a compass, then just start looking for the Triforce, and then maybe you head 9?
Alright, so we've got our heart container in the basement. Chat is calling out that Truant found the bow on the floor in 8. Now, I missed it, but the, it's kind of a little weird, a little bit of behind the scenes of, what goes on. So, when we're watching it, we're seeing it in like 30 frames per second on our side. So, sometimes we miss things like that if it appears real quick and gets picked up real quick. Because
30
it's
whole
like
frames?
the stream is in, yeah, it's like the stream is in 60 frames per second, but we're watching it in 30 frames per second. Because that just got explained to me recently, and maybe I'm not really like understanding it correctly, but yeah, but I was like, oh, that's why sometimes like sometimes I'll be watching it and I'll be like, what are they swinging their sword at? And here it's like a wizrobe that's like flashing at exactly 30 frames a second. Okay, so there's our coast heart. That's our coast heart. And I honestly would have taken that because you know where mags are, and that would have given you a 40% chance at mag. But
You have no blue ring, you have no red ring, and Ganon hits like an airborne truck. Why not
yeah.
take one more hit?
Yeah, I would have grabbed it. Yeah, and that's another good point because that gets you on an odd number, so anything that does 2 hearts of damage, that is an extra hit that you could take.
Now, do we go to 9 or do we play cleanup? Because both of them is a form of hoping real hard.
Yeah, we've got 5 hearts. We could go to 9. Spatter about to get his recorder off the coast.
Which is great, because the less time you can spend in the overworld, the better.
Yeah, the recorder so far hasn't really opened much, but
He killed us a dig dogger once.
Yeah, you know, and it, like you said, it gets you around. It looks like
we're going straight
TruantGamer.
9.
Yeah, it looks like Truant's headed towards level 9, so...
Alright, come on, Ganon in first room. Dang it.
Alright, so we are gambling on silvers in 9 for TruantGamer. Meanwhile, Spatter finds level 2 under a recorder spot. I was just saying that recorder hadn't opened anything. Oh, and silver arrows are in 2! Gosh. They're 1 room in level 2!
Oh.
Oh, that is huge for Spatter. He's just got to get back to 8 now.
Well, he also has to finish 2.
Yeah, I mean, he still needs a couple Triforces, so go grab, find your Triforce in here. It's a segmented 2, of course, because why wouldn't it be?
And that's just segmented. That's in a different tax bracket.
So now it's just a matter of how much time does TruantGamer spend in this 9 versus how long does it take Spatter to get back to 8.
Yeah, you are.
Well, he should be
really hoping for some early items in 9.
Yeah, chat's saying Truant should be looking for level 2 first, right? But he hasn't seen level 2, and yes, Spatter has seen level 8. He went into level 8, saw like 2 rooms, and bounced because It was like the second or third dungeon that he had seen at the.
Because that's what you
start
do
of the
with
game.
8.
Oh, there's the first item, and it's the book, and that is actually huge for TruantGamer because now if he sees the hint that the silvers lie elsewhere, he will be out of here so fast. That is the single best item that TruantGamer could have found right now. Next, well, besides silver arrows that we know aren't in here. Truant has seen at least one hint shop. I'm not sure if we've seen both hint shops.
Oh, old man waiting right next to the book is like, now that we can speak together.
Oh, and he's like right here. He's gonna get into level 2 instantly. It's gonna be the second screen that he checks.
Oh, sure, he'll take this hard.
Oh, what a bad time for the screen to freeze. Oh, he's gonna see he's gonna see silver arrows and oh my goodness. And he even came in from the right side to get the bomb wall.
No, what are you doing? Fail.
Alright, well now it's just a matter of how long does it take us to find Ganon. And the princess. There's a screen scroll you don't see very often.
We still have basically no defense.
Yeah, but now he's got full health. And he has, he bought a red potion. He should be good with a white sword at this point. White sword's 8 hits on Ganon. Yeah, rotten luck for Spatter for sure. That level 2 is both a cursing and a bless. It was a blessing that it had... cursing and a bless. A blessing and a curse. It was a blessing that it had silver arrows, but it was a curse that it was that close to start.
Ooh, I just noticed it looks like Keith rolled down because the boomerang is taking them out.
Oh, and there's our Triforce out of 2. So Spatter now is 1 Triforce away from getting into level 9. He just needs to get to level 8, and it's just a matter of how quickly he gets there. And there's our hint about the beast that waits in the north. Did I say northwest or northeast? I caught it just out of the corner of my eye.
Level 9 with its 38 staircases, it hardly matters. I love getting hints like that, as though a player can decide where they're going next in time.
Yeah. Well, especially without a map, it gets very luck dependent on just finding bomb walls. I'm sure we all saw that.
No shoots.
I'm sure we all saw that level 9 in, I forget who it was. I think it was Yumi versus somebody. And it was literally like a full grid except for a 1-room choke point in the middle that separated the top from the bottom. It was
not for nothing.
Like, how would you ever find that without the map? Yeah, it's Spatter now. So now this recorder is actually kind of playing against Spatter because now he's running around doing all these recorder checks when really he needs to just get back to the dungeons that he already has found. And he's going back to 4 first? No, he's going to check the graveyard. He's going to go check the grave recorder spot.
This is one of those cases of following what the seed is telling you. You've unlocked the recorder, do recorder things. You've unlocked the power bracelet, do power bracelet things. You've unlocked the book, bummer.
Now this actually has Spatter moving in the right direction towards level 8. So if he, while he's here, if he just decides to get back into level 8, which is over at 1Q3. He's going to go do Recorder Lake next. Oh, and we've got a Ganon roar. And we have Ganon. and he is in one of the worst rooms you can fight him in, a moat
And this one
room.
isn't fun.
Yeah, the water seems to mess up his pathing.
Water messes up my pathing.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, is you can't really maneuver correctly to avoid him. All right, so he's going to pop the potion. He's hit him, I think, 4 times now, so he's got 4 more to go. And he's not getting lucky on these 50-50s. And he's still missing on the 50-50s. All right. 1 more to go. There we go. And we do have a shutter door to the right, which could be Zelda. And it is Zelda! Wow! 1 room away! Well, get your GGs in chat. That is GG for TruantGamer, moving to 2-0 with an official racetime.gg time of 59 minutes 31 seconds, sub 1 hour. Let's go!
Spatter's still fighting. Not sure if he knows where to go next.
Yeah, Spatter's still doing some recorder checks. Needs to... still needs to get back to level 8. We are now joined by our winner, TruantGamer. Congratulations on moving to 2-0. How'd you feel about that one? Sub 1 hour, gotta feel pretty good, right?
I will say that I was feeling good for about the first 30-ish minutes, and then like 30 to 45, 50-ish minutes, I was starting to get a little nervous because I wasn't finding any more of the smaller dungeons, and I didn't want to dig the big ones. And thankfully, the first one, or found that book in 9, and it kicked me right over to look elsewhere, and 2 was the first one I found, and bingo.
So we thought that was going to be a a big turning point, because while you were in 9 looking for silvers, Spatter found the silvers in 2, and we were like, oh, this could be what gets him back into the race. But yeah, then you immediately got the hint and was out of there, and level 2 was only 3 screens from start. And
we have confirmed a forfeit from Spatter too.
Yeah, Spatter is going to throw in the towel. He's still looking for the bow. He never went back to level 8 to get that bow. So we will see if he would like to join us for an interview or not. But yeah, that was a great race. That was and the white sword pickup as your first sword. That was some pretty good play in there, because you had that, well, like I said, as your first sword. Spatter saw the white sword item first. He went right over towards the forest to check all those Armo spots, but didn't have enough hearts to get it until, I don't know, what, 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in, something like that?
It was a while.
Yeah, so, yeah, good job pushing that combat advantage early.
I just stumbled into it. He found a couple hearts by going left first and walked that way, and I was checking for the wood sword, which of course was just north of there. But worked out. It gave me some combat, and a couple of these enemies rolled up. The Stalfos were bugging the crud out of me because I think they were 3 hits even. Could be wrong there, but they definitely weren't going down as much as I would like them to.
Yeah. Yeah, they the Stalfos were not going down to 1 swing of the wood sword, yeah. Alright, just trying to see if Spatter would like to join us here. Yeah, and then Ganon 1 room away from Zelda. That's always a great feeling. That actually was a pretty quick level 9.
Yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about it this time. They're what was it? This first stair was a troll stair, and then the second one, or yeah, it was troll stair, and then troll Zelda room, and then found the second stair, and that took you right to Ganon and Zelda right next to it. What else can you say? I mean, that's always check your rooms next to Ganon.
Yeah, right. Let's see what else. I was trying to think what else worked out in that seed. But yeah, I mean, it was a great, straightforward seed. Honestly, I mean, I did not foresee it being as quick as it was. We never did see on either of your guys' screens. We never saw Dungeon 3 anywhere. So I'm not sure where that was hiding at, but neither of you guys found Dungeon 3.
Or the raft. Maybe it was at a raft spot.
It could have been a raft spot. Dungeon 2, Spatter had just found it. Like, literally, he found it while you were entering 9. Like, it was, like, almost simultaneous. So, I mean, that was a really late find of a... You know, like you're saying, you're looking for those small dungeons early. Nobody... Yeah, you know, neither of you guys really found 2 or 3 until very late.
If it was on a raft spot, it would have been Vanilla 4 because the other one was on any road.
Was any road. You're right. I'm looking at my tracker now. Yep.
I have to say that, you know, I was trying to find those small dungeons, and then I knew I had 6, 7, and 8. I really didn't want to go into 6, but I did it anyways, and then you saw me nope out of there really quick after like 4 rooms because I just wasn't going to do it. I shouldn't have went into there to begin with, and I said, no, forget this. I got a bunch of rooms in 7 I already did. I'll go finish that up, and then I guess I'll go to 8 because there's 2 items, and thankfully the bow is one of them. I checked that recorder spot next door really quick before 9, just to peek and see if it was a smaller dungeon that I was going to actually dig for silvers before I went into 9. Just if it would have been 2 or 3, it would have, to me, that was just the better play than to try and clear 9 with so much left.
Yeah. All right, so I think we have you might be setting up some his mic. He was he's in the setup room, but
I feel like the true hero of the seed had to be the NEP.
Yeah, I always like getting a free any key just to not worry about key doors, especially in these flags. The keys just sometimes you use them up as fast as you get them, and I don't know what that's about, if it's just bad luck or what, but I've seen plenty of races so far.
I think it was 5 where 2 out of every 3 doors was a key door, but then 4 where 2 out of every 3 floor tiles was a key. So maybe you know better how it would have panned out because you were paying attention to it.
All right, and now we're joined by Spatter. So, Spatter, what did you think of that? I know it didn't quite work out for you, but that was a great race. I mean, we thought it was going to turn around. You entered level 2 and found silvers, while Truant was in level 9. He was gambling on silvers in 9, and you found him on the floor in level 2. Unfortunately, he got the hint that silvers weren't in 9 and immediately got back to level 2 because it was only 3 rooms or 3 screens from start. But I don't know if Spatter's mic is working.
It was a whiplash-inducing moment, let's say that. We saw the silvers on the floor in 2, and we went, uh-oh. And then we saw you pick up the book, and we went, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of whiplash, I hope somebody got a clip of me screen scrolling when I had no idea that I screen scrolled down towards level 7 there. I just walked off the screen and appeared on the other side, and it took me like 3 seconds to realize what happened because I didn't touch anything. It was just a frame perfect screen scroll.
No, I actually didn't even notice that.
Casual frame perfect's great. Love to hear it.
Right? Yeah, I can't do it on purpose. Well, I will tell you, I mean, I've accidentally screen scrolled into the HUD before and been like, uh-oh, now what do I do? How do I get back out of here?
Maybe there's a dungeon at Picture of a Key.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm not sure. Spatter joined, but it doesn't seem like his mic is working or something. We'll give him another minute or two here before we wrap up. But yeah, I mean, anybody got any other thoughts about this seed? Or about the tournament in general?
I'll just continue to say that I like what they've got going on here. I feel like it is very well primed for balancing out a lot of these races, and you're going to still we've seen plenty of upsets so far, and you're going to just keep seeing them, and I think that's great.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You know, there is a lot. You know, I don't like to see a lot of races just come down to luck, but I do like to see, you know, racers, you know, everybody has a chance. You know what I mean? It's not just, oh, I've got this guy who's completely out of my league. But if he turns left and you turn right, you know, you might luck into Bow and Silvers and he gets, you know, double boomerang, you know, so
Which,
I do kind of like that.
to be clear, happened on literally the first 4 seconds of the race. You both spawned in the same room. One of you went left, one of you went right. And we thought, well,
Yeah.
this is going to be exciting. Nothing
What else
less
can you
fun
ask
than
for?
watching the same 2 runners just go along the same path for an hour and a half. Like, we get it. You can screen scroll.
Yeah.
Please have some divergence.
All right. So I will say I'm going to throw up some links in the chat. This is the links to the Discord chat or the Twitch channels for our runners and our commentary crew tonight. If you like this kind of content, go over and give everyone a follow, because I think this is pretty much what most of us do, is play retro randomizers. Tried to join says live on air, but I don't hear anything. Yeah, Spatter's having some technical difficulties, unfortunately. But yeah, so everybody's Twitch channels are in the chat. Go ahead and give everyone a follow. Follows are free and they're very much appreciated, and you will catch plenty more of this style of content of retro randomizers and just gaming in general. But yeah, I think with that, we will start wrapping up for the night. Anybody got any shout outs they want to get in before we sign off? Spatter's going to try one more time.
I'll just say a quick thank you to everybody for helping get this one on the air.
Yeah, and thank you guys for for putting on a great show. And yeah, I mean, I'll just say thank you to everybody here tonight. Thank you to Law for joining me on the mic. Thank you to Malkier for doing our tracking. Thank you to SpeedGaming for giving us use of one of their channels to bring you this great content. And thank you to you, the viewers, for joining in. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. We will probably kick you over to one of the other channels. We've got a full night of Zelda 1 Randomizer on the SpeedGaming channels tonight. Currently going on, there should be a race going on
2.
Yeah, SpeedGaming 2. That's Random Effect versus Danny P. Speed. And so that's probably where you'll get sent to. Once we hit end episode on our back end, it should send you guys over there. Then at 10 o'clock tonight, well, that's on the Z1 Randomizer channel. There's a race at 10 o'clock tonight. That is Mr. Dunlow versus Ice Blue. That should be a great matchup. Those are two fantastic runners. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually off work tomorrow. Maybe I'll stay up and watch that race. But with that, I think that we are about done. So yeah, we'll kick you over to SpeedGaming 2 so you guys can catch the rest of that race.